Hi VC, it's Aaron with Almer, and today I'm going to show you a find I had this last weekend. I stopped at a yard sale, and this guy had a box full of CDs, 8-tracks, and cassettes, and I was digging through, asking how much he wanted for them. He said, well, I'll just give you the whole box for $5. So I said, oh, okay, so I didn't really look through it that well. Just paid him the $5, brought it home, went through it, and I threw about half of it away because it was just garbage, unusable stuff. Really just trashed. And the stuff that I kept, I will show. But, most of this isn't my style of music, so I'll end up getting rid of most of it. But there was some really cool 8-tracks in here, which I guess I got to start collecting 8-tracks now because I got a bunch of really good ones. And I already had a couple, a couple Kiss ones. So I have some to go along with those. And there's a couple decent tapes in there and a few pretty good CDs. So I'll start with the CDs. And, like most of these, I will give to my friends or whatever, because I'm not a country person. There's a lot of country and, pop stuff I don't like. But there's a few keepable things in here. So for $5 for this whole thing, it was pretty cool. So first up is this George Strait CD. And this is just all the stuff that was actually keepable. I went through it, made sure they were all in there. I found a Metallica cassette from the Black Album, but there was no tape. So, I ended up getting a bunch of, extra cassette cases, though. Susan Boyle, not my favorite, but I'm sure somebody will want this. Another Susan Boyle. Yanni. This one's all right. This is Brian Setzer Orchestra. Then the Bare Naked Ladies. And there was a few of him. Elvis Costello and the Attractions. Another Elvis Costello. And another Elvis Costello. And this is They Might Be Giants. And then I don't know what this is. It's just this is one of those just instrumental lighthouse, easy listening things, whatever. Mormon Hymn Classics. Sing I Love You, Todd Parker. Yeah, most of this I won't keep. This is kind of cool, though. This is the Phantom of the Opera. It's a double cassette. So the soundtrack to that. Party Time Karaoke, Country Gold 2. Another karaoke one. Patsy Cline, that's not bad. Andy Gibb, if anyone wants some Andy Gibb. Another Elvis Costello. And another Elvis Costello. So those were the CDs that were in there. And there was about 10 to 12 that I just threw away because they were so trashed or just stuff that was absolutely, unlistenable pretty much. So the cassettes, first there was this cassette, Abbott and Costello. It's still sealed. I don't know. It's just a comedy thing. And then there was a case and another case. And this is the cassettes I ended up keeping were the ones I could fit in this case. And I threw a ton out. And actually there was one. Nope, that was it. Okay, so I'll go through this case first. I'll do that. And what I got here is Country Greatest Hits, Elvis Presley, Christmas, Breakin', just Greatest Hits collection, just old-time rock songs. Merle Haggard, the Statler Brothers, and the Jordanaires, the Letterman. This is a two-part one. Boogie Woogie Hits, part 1 and 2. Cassette 1 and 2. The late 40s. I absolutely have nothing from the 40s, so that'll be interesting. And then Eurythmics, Touch. Here's a good one. Eddie Grant, Walking on Sunshine. I have this on vinyl. That's a really good album, actually. I like that. And, of course, this is great. Tres Hombres from ZZ Top. Some Men at Work with Cargo. And Aerosmith, Done with Mirrors. And those last 4 or 5 are probably the best cassettes that were in there. But, $5, that's $5 for all this. And then there was this case full of cassettes that I ended up filling with cassettes. And I got Johnny Cash, Giant Hits. For Mr. Profi, got some Anne Murray. Classic Country 1960 to 1964. Bunch of country, and I'm not a country person, so all these I will be giving away, these country ones. Ronnie Millsap. Eddie Rabbitt, Greatest Hits. I don't even know what this is. Billy Dean. Merle Haggard. And Envoy, Stand Up. Some Justin Wilson. I have no idea. It says the Old Master Storyteller. I have no idea what this is. John Denver, I Want to Live. Never heard of this artist. This is Tom Johnson. And a Classic Country Cassette 2, 1980 to 1984. Maybe that's what that other one was too. No, 60 to 64. Must have been a whole series of those. 30 years of #1 country hits. Crystal Gale, Greatest Hits. The Oak Ridge Boys. And a double John Denver. It's got 2 albums, one on each side. Michael McLean. Don't know who that is either. Mel Tillis. Some Vince Gill. I believe he's played with the Eagles or something like that for a while. Mel McDaniel. Reba McEntire. Conway Twitty. And Tanya Tucker's Greatest Hits. And Barbara Mandrell. So those were the cassettes. You know, a few that I really liked in there. But most of those, you know, are just going to be trade or VCLTs or whatever. Anyone that likes that stuff. And then the 8-tracks is actually, there's a bunch of, like, half of the 8-tracks I actually liked a lot, which was crazy because I thought they'd be the worst ones. But I'll start out with some All-Star Country. And we got, this is a good one here, Kansas, Leftoverture. That's pretty cool. That's a good album. Grand Funk, We're an American Band. Another great one. This is a killer one here. Aerosmith debut, still has the, you know, the box. But Aerosmith debut, that's really cool. And this is my favorite one. But one of them's all screwed up looking, but as long as they play, it's double platinum from Kiss, and that one they wrote on, but it is actually the whole double platinum. And here's a pretty interesting one. This is the Warriors soundtrack. Yeah, these are pretty beat up, but there's some decent ones. Rod Stewart, Every Picture Tells a Story. There's a great one here. Cheap Trick at Budokan on 8-track. And then we got a bunch of country like Waylon Jennings and this isn't country. Seals and Crofts sing the songs from the motion picture One on One. We got Atlanta Rhythm Section, Champagne Jam. Ambrosia, Life Beyond LA. Barry Manilow Live. This is the best of Jerry Lee Lewis. That's in pretty decent shape too. And the best of Freddie Fender. And we got Country Collections. Here's another one still in the, what is this? I don't even know what it is. Oh, it is Hank Williams Jr. It's kind of all messed up, but it's Hank Williams Jr. The case thing. And we've got Urban Cowboy soundtrack. It's kind of a, looks like it's burnt. Red Sylvain. I don't know what that is. Jimmy Wakely Country. The Fire Sign Theater, Don't Crush That Dwarf, Hand Me the Pliers. Disco Rocket, the K-Tel. K-Tel 8-track, there we go. And Slim Whitman, On My Best. What's this? Most of all, B.J. Thomas. Got some Earth, Wind, and Fire. And Ray Price. She's Got to Be a Saint. I think that's what it says. Yep. Some Cameo with Cameosis. This is Ernest Tubbs, Golden Favorites. Another Barry Manilow, One Voice. And The Best of Don Williams, Volume 2. Get the Knack. That's a good one. Another K-Tel, I believe. This is Super Hits. Might be. I don't know if that is K-Tel. It doesn't say K-Tel. Saturn Music. Nope. And then All Shook Up from Cheap Trick. And Aerosmith Rocks. So, you know, there's a few decent ones in there. Some Aerosmith, Cheap Trick, Kiss, Kansas, a few others that I really like. So just for those, I would have paid, you know, over $5 easy. Not a bunch of great stuff, but for $5, there we go. All right, everybody, have a great one, and I will see you later.